I know, you're thinking, wait a minute, is that James May from the Grand Tour? James May of Amazon fame and Top Gear fame? No, it's not. No, it's not. You're actually looking at me. And yes, you're all right. This is On the Peg with your host. The eyebrow raising, his hair's untied. He kind of looks like James May, but it's the Mad Montreal Man. And that's it. I can't do that voice anymore. My throat has been killing me all weekend. I actually had to drown the chords with absinthe just to numb them enough to get this video done, and that's the most I can do for an accent right now. And as for my hair, well, I was just being lazy. But it's a Marvel Monday after all, so lay your hair down and let's get to it. As promised, today we're doing... Everything's falling down. The Jean Grey Phoenix Force. Ooh. Now, I was smart enough, I pre-ordered this at GameStop a while ago, because I don't think you're going to find this in the wild. I really doubt it. So if you didn't pre-order it, you might have a hard time getting it, but you never know. You might get lucky. But what do you say I get my friend and your friend, Dr. Scalpel out. Yeah. And now let's get Jean Grey and the Phoenix Force unchained from this plastic cardboard prison, and we'll be back in a moment. As you can tell in the close-up, I couldn't quite get it to match the pose on the box. Tried, but doesn't really matter. Now she does come with an alternate head. This is the, I guess, the full Phoenix Force head when she turns evil. I didn't switch heads yet. She also comes with, of course, the fist hands you expect. But let's take a look at her again. Okay. Here's the Phoenix. Okay, so let's take a look at... Let's start with the Phoenix Force. So this is a three-part base. You got the bottom base, the middle, and the top base. A little bit puzzling at first when I first looked at it, going, okay, I know what it's supposed to look like. You have to a little bit warm it up, is what I'm going to say. Warm up the fire so that it's a bit more moldable when you put it in. There's the base. There's the Phoenix. Now, I do like the sculpt on the Phoenix Force. It's a nice sculpt. It really is a really nice sculpt. The only thing is, there's no real way, to get it to stand where you really want it to stand. Like, I would want it to stand up here, and it doesn't really hold up in the higher position, which would have been cool, but it's like a balancing act. So you kind of have to put it down a bit lower where it does kind of lock in place. So that's kind of cool. And that's what I did. As for the Phoenix herself, well, that's the face she comes with. It's the friendly face. But as you saw in the close-up, and I'll swap them again. Boop. If I can get it off. Okay, as you saw in the close-up. Yeah, popping the head on. As you saw in the close-up, that's the face I had on the close-up, and this was the alternate head I meant to show you the first time. Like I said, I'm under the weather. Okay, so there she is. Dark green, yellowish gold, nice. The hair sculpt is amazing on this thing. The face sculpt is okay. Overall, it's an improvement over the old Phoenix. Yeah. I mean, the face on this one is a lot more, well, it's the friendlier face. This is as you can see, the old face versus this face. If I can get it in focus. Cartoony, not as cartoony. On the old Phoenix, you have that wonderful U-joint that I can't stand. I hate, yeah, okay? Very thin. I mean, it's aged well, but it doesn't hold as much as it used to. Has the very obvious shoulders. The new one doesn't have that problem. The new one, it's still a U-joint, but they've reversed it. The U-joint is down below, so it's hidden by the belt. See? Smart move, Marvel. If you're going to keep doing your U-joints, flip them upside down. The body shape is a little bit thicker as well. The shoulder issue has been resolved because they have that little extra plate in the back of the shoulders. It's kind of sad. I mean, oddly enough, the older one, because of the hair, is a little bit taller, but this one's nicer looking. I mean, they both have the thigh cut. On the old one, it's actually at the boot level, which is very obvious. On the new one, it's in the leg. Now, I honestly am not a fan of this. It's two things that Marvel does that kind of irk me. One is the U-shaped stomachs, which just, and of course, the swivel cut in the thigh. I'd rather have an action figure that didn't have that, because you could sort of like just put a different type of ball joint in the hip. But there she is. And I do like the fact that, unlike the old one, the Phoenix on her emblem is a lot nicer. It's a nicer gold as well. I'm happy I have her. And I do have a Marvel shelf. Not finished yet, and if you're wondering where it's going to go, well, I might not put this. If I can find a way to hold this better, I will put this in there. But if this is going to be like that, it'll be in the back of the shelf. But if I just put her by herself, well, guess what? Alone, front of the shelf with the Phoenix Force. Well, because of the size of it, it'll be sort of like middle of the back of the shelf. And that's it for the Phoenix Force. Like I said, if you can get one, they're great. Marvel is improving. Face sculpt is nice. Even on the regular face, it's nice face sculpt. It beats this thing, which I've had for a long time now. Ooh, yeah. Scary to think that. I mean, you also have that old neck joint. They don't do that anymore, which is nice. So this is definitely one I'd recommend. If you're a Marvel guy out there, you want to track this one down if you can. If you find it in the wild, good luck. I have not seen these in the wild at all, because well, at least not here in Canada, because let's be honest, Walmart here in Canada doesn't really carry them. Toys R Us is a joke here in Canada. Now, the GameStop, where I shop, had one spare. They had one extra one. They had their pre-orders came in, and they had one extra one come in, and it's probably gone by now. But you might get lucky. So check out your GameStop. You might get like one of these. If there's no GameStop near you, check out a comic book store near you. They might carry action figures, and you might be able to get her. Now, I will say one thing that did deter me a little bit from getting this is the price. What you pay for Jean Grey and the Phoenix Force is basically the price of 2 Marvel Legends. So it was a bit of a, I'm paying for a fancy base to get the figure as well. So that's something you have to keep in mind. It's not the most affordable Marvel Legend out there. It's something that Marvel seems to be doing. I've been watching their news broadcasts, and they seem to be doing this a lot more, where they're doing stuff like this. That's a bit more pricey. But then again, they know that it's a collector's market out there, so I guess in some ways they understand that it's a collector's market, and collectors will spend money. So before my throat goes completely because it started to act up again, don't forget to tune in on Friday for the regular On the Peg. I most likely will be doing a sketch edition show, because nothing's coming yet. Joys of being a toyholic. Now, on next Monday's Marvel Monday, what would you like to see? Let me know in the comments. Do you want to see the female Loki, or do you want to see the Strange Tales Bloodstorm? let me know. But until then, take care of yourselves. Do what you have to, but do your best to stay healthy. It's important. And when you actually do get an improvement over an old toy, it's a really nice way, even just for a little bit, to stay happy. And even if you're under the weather, your throat's killing you, you look like me, it is kind of funny how I actually have been referred to as Mr. James May in public, and no, I'm not. In some ways, I wish I had his fame and his money, but let's be honest, I got a better physique. Sorry, James. I love you, buddy, but yeah, I don't have that beer gut because I don't drink beer. But on that note, just like I did right now, I found that little bit of something that helps me to stay positive throughout the day, and I will see you guys on Friday. And if you did like the video, well, please like. And if you haven't already, subscribe and share the video. And we'll see you on Friday.